Howe, and here are the 5 things that I learned from COVID social isolation. I learned that I could impact real change even during a global pandemic. I am a board member for the local public bus system, and we meet every month to discuss the transportation needs of our city and how we can best serve them. Shortly after joining the board, there was a discussion on raising the fares because we were in a deficit. And all but one of us would get in a car after every board meeting and drive away. And I thought that is a disservice to make changes to either fares or bus routes without actually riding the bus for our daily needs. So I challenged the board to ride the bus, and not a single car member took me up on it. I tried multiple occasions. So with fellow board member Ben Blanks, he and I rallied the other board members to ride the bus once a year at a minimum, so that the board members that made changes on bus routes or fares would know what it's like firsthand. And in the summer of 2020, the board passed the motion that all board members must ride the bus at least once a year. So that's progress. The second thing that I learned during this global pandemic while being in isolation is that I have the potential to make viral videos. I made a video on toxicity in the workplace in February, and within a week got over 1 million views. I think the important thing here to remember is that we don't really know what's gonna be a flop or a hit professionally. We just have to put ourselves out there and hope that our message is well received by the intended recipients. The third thing I learned is that I can maintain a 4.0 and get honors in Phi Kappa Phi during a pandemic while being at home with 2 young kids. I mean, if you had asked me as a child if I would be able to do that, I would have said, no way. That's advice I ever got was, you can do anything you're willing to work towards. And I fundamentally believe that. The fourth thing that COVID taught me is that my family and I are really resilient. Resiliency is a lot of trial and error. When COVID first hit, I had a really tough time with the fact that I had lost my job. I couldn't see my friends or family. I was stuck at home with 2 rowdy kids. I was in school. It was a lot. But I quickly figured out that staying busy, learning new things is really, really important. It just was a year of personal growth and figuring out what works and doesn't work for us during times of crisis. The fifth thing that COVID taught me is that routine and structure, even in times of uncertainty, are very, very important. It's a sense of normalcy that in times of uncertainty, I think we could all really use. It allowed me to feel more in control even when I wasn't in control. And I mean, this was small things like going to bed at a reasonable time and waking up at my normal time, even though I didn't have anywhere to go the next day, to Tuesday night Zooms with girls from college, to Skyping with my family on Sundays. It was all about developing a new sense of purpose from inside the parameter of my yard and my house. But that really helped. COVID is a dark cloud on the world's history, but there's good to be found in it too.